Hi there, Doug Brock with the reflection message for Thursday, March 23rd. I have to admit, I was not having an easy time grasping what I was going to talk about in this reflection today. So I reviewed the Mass, and the Gospel acclamation today is from John 3:16, a very familiar passage. And it popped into my head. My formative television years were in the late 70s and early 80s, and big sporting events, there'd be this guy, bearded guy with a rainbow wig on that would appear with a John 3:16 sign. And I was hoping I could pull some kind of great evangelization story out of this, give you the Paul Harvey rest of the story. But unfortunately, the Rainbow Man, known as Roland Stewart, doesn't have a great evangelization story. So back to the readings. The first reading, Moses is talking. We're talking with God, and this is the scene with the golden calf, and how God was calling this stiff-necked people. For another cultural pop reference you probably don't need, that's also a Bob Marley song, and it has a similar vein to it as stiff-necked people. The eloquent plea from Moses is what saves the people at that time. He was reminding God about the covenant he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. And it's kind of what fascinates me is how he could speak that way to God. And we see this in the Bible in other cases too. I I tend to clam up in front of leadership or someone that's in a far superior position to me. It's hard to believe what Moses said to God in that case. And then the gospel is from John, which is he's a mystic, and I think sometimes I scare myself into not understanding him all that well. But it's a scene where Jesus is speaking with the Jews, and they're having trouble believing in him. And so Jesus, in his frustration, says, well, I'm not going to be the one that accuses you. Moses will accuse you. If you had believed him, you would have believed in me because he had written about it. So I think just reflecting on these readings today, I find myself being stiff-necked at times, and it's just need to work on that. And hopefully the rest of your Lenten journey goes well. We are praying for you here at St. Joe's, and please pray for us, and see you at Mass. And one last item is that please abstain from meat tomorrow. It's Friday.